What's up, investors and traders? Welcome to yet another video. In today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about one of the hottest momentum stocks in the market right now, Muln Automotive, ticker symbol MULN. We're going to be talking about what is happening to this company, how was it up over 30% in the red market, what to expect for this company in the upcoming months, and why personally I actually have a short position in this company myself. That's right, guys. Breaking news, we opened the short position in this company, and I'm going to be explaining exactly why we did so. Right now, this doesn't mean that I don't see Muln succeed in the long term or even the midterm, right? Meaning in the upcoming months. But personally, I do believe that in the short term, there is room for a pullback in this company. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. And we're going to be talking about what was my mindset behind making that trade and what was also my mindset for Muln in the upcoming months. All right, guys, so without further ado, hit the thumbs up button and let's get this video on Muln started. As always, guys, this video is brought to you by the Money Team, aka the Get Rich Together Gang, aka the patrons of this channel. You can now join the community for as low as $5 a month, guys. This is the #1 trader alert community you could possibly join. In fact, in the month of February alone, guys, our trader alert portfolio was up over 90%. That's right, guys, 90% in only 1 month. But guess with how many trades we achieved such gains? With 4 trades. You know why? Because we trade the best and we leave the rest. All right, guys, and that is something that we live and die by. We trade the best and we leave the rest. So if you guys want only the best trade alerts, only the must take action trade alerts, do check out the program, guys, for as little as $5 a month. This is going to be the only Patreon, the only trade alert program you will ever need to join to lock in those massive gains. Now let's get talking about Muln and what is happening to this momentum stock. Okay, so although many of you may be in Muln for the fundamentals, this is basically just another momentum play brought to you by the Wall Street Bets. All right, guys, brought to you by the Wall Street Bets. Now this has both upside and downside, right? This brought to you by the Wall Street Bets phrase that I just said to you, right? So what does this mean? Well, this means that this is going to be a heavily retail traded stock, and this is going to be very volatile, right, guys? Now, this being volatile gives us great trade opportunities as traders throughout the months, right? And I think it's so important to understand that with a company like Muln and with a lot of other momentum stocks, one thing that people forget and they just can't grasp the idea, right, is that unfortunately these stocks aren't here to stay, right? And they just get worn out next. And every month there's another play, there's another, short squeeze play brought to you by the Wall Street Bets, and which every retail trader hops on the bandwagon on and pumps up, right? And then as soon as these short squeezes come, just as soon they fade away, right? I mean, we've seen this from BBIG, we've seen this from ISPO, we've seen this from LGVN, right? All these companies that were once trending on Yahoo Finance and StockTwits and everything, and the retail was all behind them, but soon the next play came up and they moved on to the next one. Right now, what does this mean? Well, this is basically why I opened the short position in Muln. Right now, personally, I do also see the upside, right? I do see the upside when the stock goes on massive parabolic runs like this. But however, personally, I do believe that the hype regarding Muln will die down in the upcoming weeks. Right now, why do I say that, guys? That's because, like I said earlier, right, this is a trend that we've seen over and over again. But however, let me tell you how potentially Muln could be different from every other company in this list. So what basically, guys, what we saw a lot in the companies, right, previously when they were short squeezed or they were heavily shorted and then they got short squeezed and we saw that massive parabolic run, was that we saw the companies reach their all-time highs, right? Now, one thing that makes Muln different is that even though the stock is up over 80%, right, in the previous 5 days, the stock is still down 85% in the previous 6 months, right? So we are nowhere near done with Muln as a fundamentals play. But however, in the momentum world, right, in a world where things move fast, where we go on massive parabolic runs up and we go on massive parabolic runs downwards, right, Muln is kind of reaching its end, right? Now, of course, I would say that, but here's the thing, right? People think I would say that because I have a short position, right? But that's not true. I say that I have a short position because I'm saying this, right? I think that's kind of where people get a little bit they get a little bit misinformed regarding my intent when I come here and talk about Muln, right? Personally, I believe that the stock's going to take a dip down to the 0.85, 0.7 levels again, right? Once more. And then we're going to get the play where we've gotten over and over again from different companies, right? Over and over again in the market, right? Where they kind of momentum plays, where they go on this massive run, parabolic run, right? They die down, they go back to a phase where nobody even remembers the company, nobody remembers the name or anything, right? And then from there, what happens is that the stock kind of consolidates, maybe it slowly bleeds downwards, right? Xella is a great example of this, right? A stock which was dying down for a while, and then last week had its massive moment of shine, and then last week as well, it just died down again. Right? So what I'm talking about is, right, we're going to get this bleeding downwards, and then we'll get another parabolic run coming up for Muln, right? So right now, in the short term, right, in the upcoming month or so, right? Now, short term doesn't mean next week, because I do actually have a Muln prediction set out for next week as well, right? Which we're going to be talking about tomorrow, right? So do make sure to subscribe and ding that bell, because tomorrow I'm coming out with another Muln video explaining exactly what do I think will happen to the company in the upcoming week alone. But personally, in Money Talk, aka Trader Traders Patreon and trailer program, what we do are called swing trades, right? Where our position is open for at least a month or so, right? And personally, for the end of the month, right? By the end of the month, I do see some dying down in Muln. But what is happening to Muln right now, guys? And why is it going to on such a parabolic run? Well, basically, guys, we got a massive red market, right? We got a massive red market. And oftentimes what we get in a red market is that outflow of capital from large caps and growth stocks and everything, right? Considering that CPI came out and CPI was a bust, right? CPI was higher than what we expected, right? And that wasn't good. That wasn't good. So people are now worried that Jerome Powell is going to raise interest rates by over 0.5 or 0.5 rather, instead of the 0.25 basis, which personally I don't think is true. I think he's going to stick to his guns of the 0.25 basis, because he previously predicted that the inflation was going to be hot in the upcoming quarters, right? He said that the inflation is going to be hot, it's going to not look good for the upcoming months, and we're kind of planning on to see how things go starting the next half of the year, right? So the inflation data that we're getting the next couple of months, right, until the half of the year, right, past the first two quarters, it's irrelevant almost, right, as to what Jerome Powell has plans. Now, of course, I'm not Jerome Powell, right? So God knows what he's thinking, and maybe he comes out and he's like, inflation was hot, 0.5 basis. Right? So we never really know. But that's what we kind of get, where when the market is super red, we get an outflow of capital from growth stocks, and we get an inflow into momentum stocks that are already up and trending, because people are like, yo, this is the play right now. This stock is green in a red market. Let's jump in, right? And what does that mean? When a stock is green in a red market, right, it has more potential of being green in a green market, right? So that's another thing that you guys need to understand. Now, listen, one thing, going back to the having your open short position, I'm very transparent about everything that I do, right? I'm very transparent, and in no shape or form am I here talking about Muln and bashing it to the ground just because of my short position, right? First of all, I don't even have influence like that. You know what I mean? A lot of people are in my comments saying, FUD, influence. Like, dude, let's say two people with freaking $200 in their bank account watch my video and they try to sell their position. Right, it's kind of irrelevant. And I do think at these levels, right, I think Monday would be a good time to start taking some profits off the table, right, just to switch it up a little bit. But seriously though, I do actually believe that Monday would be a good time to take some profits off the table, because this run does look kind of overextended from where I'm looking at it right now, right, guys? I mean, look, the company was sitting at, it was at like 60 cents, right? It was at like 70 cents, 80 cents, and now it's up over 70%, right? So I do see it being a little bit overextended, and I do see the retail interest kind of dying down as well. Now, I could be wrong, right? And you guys could absolutely prove me wrong by hitting the thumbs up button and showing, look, I'm here, right? We're here, and you're wrong about the retail interest dying. So with that being said, guys, that was my take on Muln and what is happening regarding Muln. I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, guys, these are all just my opinions, brought to you by years and years, right? Over almost half a decade of trading. These are just what I've learned in the market, right? So none of this should be taken as financial advice. And as always, do your own due diligence. With that being said, thanks for watching, guys. Happy investing and trading. Money Talk, aka Trade the Trader.